Hey there and welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to dive into Nik Collection 9. I did a post recently and I'll put the link below so you can go read up a bit more about it if you want. But I thought in today's video what I'm going to do is I'm going to dive into the actual program, and I've been playing with it for a little while, and show you some of the new features and what you can do with it. So let's jump over and have a look. Okay, so I've opened this image in Nik 9 Silver Effects. So when it comes to AI masking and the depth mask that they've added in, that's actually pretty cool. So if you come down to your local adjustments, and I'm just going to turn all that off, you click on add. So you've got your usual control point and your control line, etc. You've also got this depth mask, which is kind of cool. So you can play around with stuff in that, and you can actually set your selective color, your brightness, stuff like that. And you can see how it's automatically sort of setting the depth up for a few things. So you can come in, maybe your sky is a bit too bright, or you want to play with amplifying your whites and things like that. So that is really cool. If you want to mask a particular area, so if I go into area selection, or you could pick object selection, this makes it really quick. So I can come in and I'm going to just select this bit here, and then I can come through and I can edit just that bit. And you can see where the red is where your changes are applying. So boost up the structure and the contrast. And if I go and have a look at the before and after, so that's before and that's after. If I wanted to add an object, I could perhaps pop into something a little bit smaller, or I've got that boat in the background that I think, because I've got my other masks. So I can select an object. So it's actually selected that little boat that's in the background, and I could, bring the brightness down or the contrast down or anything like that. So you can work on an area in your image, or you can work on an object in your image, and that's pretty much across the board. I think I haven't played with everything in Nik 9 yet, but I'm slowly working my way through. But I just wanted to show you this especially in Silver Effects 9. It's a great addition to have. Now let's jump over to color effects. Now you can do that by just clicking up here and go to color effects, and there's a couple of things I want to show you in there as well. Okay, so I'm in color effects now. One of the new things is, so if you click on all your categories there, one of the new things that's been added in is color grading. So you can play around. Now my image is black and white, but I'm just going to reset that middle one so that it's nothing. If I wanted to make like a dual tone image, I could do that. And you can choose between doing all of them, or you can go for shadows, midtones and highlights. You can balance between two different colors if you wish to. You can also set your opacity, and then of course you can also add in local adjustments and work from there as well. So having the color grading there is a really handy addition. You can play around with it and you can really sort of nail in exactly what you want. You can also, there's some other ones there, so you can darken, multiply. So these are the blend modes that you can now apply to your images. So there's two different screens: color dodge, overlay, soft light, and all the rest of it. So if you're used to working with blending modes, then these are now available there as well. The other thing that you can also find in here, which is halation, And you can, if you click on your little drop down, I have to move me out of the way. Click on your little drop down and there are some presets as well that you can use. So there's classic collation, light, purple. So these can be really fun to play with. And of course you can go back and you can play with your blend modes in there as well. Okay, so I have jumped over to Nik 9 analog effects because I wanted to show you another couple of effects that they've put in. One which is chromatic shift, so that's pretty cool. And you can move those around, make them smaller, spread them out. So it's pretty cool. The other one that they've added in is this glass effect, which you can pick your central point, but you can come and you can play with different effects. So there's quite a few to choose from. They're just your basic one. Then you can go into analog. So there's some pretty cool stuff that you can do in here. Geometric. So you can make some fairly random glass effects. I've just jumped back into Nik 9 Color just to show you a couple of other things that have been done. So you've also got hover previews for presets. So if you jump between them, and hopefully you can see how that, so you can see how something's going to affect your image before you do it. So that's another really good feature that they've added in. Better mask overlays, so that's always handy. Easier navigation for local adjustments, so you can just jump between different programs, you can jump between different filters, you can set up your favorites, you can do lots of things in here. Really quick and easy. You can copy and paste your local adjustments from one image to another image as well. So they're only small changes, but things like that can really help. Of course, you can still edit this as non-destructive, and then you can go from Lightroom, you can go from Photoshop, so you can play around and have a lot of fun with this. How far do all these changes go? I've so far really only stuck with the programs I know, so Silver Effects, Analog Effects, Color, and Vivisa. I don't tend to use too many of the others, but I would assume that in Define and HDR, Pre-Sharpener and things like that probably don't have all the same features because they tend to work a little differently. So that's it for today's video. I just wanted to share with you how these different features actually work when you are looking and working within Color Effects or any of the other Nik Collection programs. So that's it for today's program. Have you tried Nik Collection 9 yet? What are your thoughts? Share them in the comments below. So I hope you found this little tour helpful, and don't forget, if you want to grab your copy of DxO9 for new users only, sorry, but there is a code below, so check that out. And that's it. I will see you next time on YouTube. Bye.